You guys are both Texas natives. And so when I think of Texas, there's two things I think of.
Tosh
One,
wishes.
it's all right. We've already talked about the VA. But when I think about Texas, I think about one, high school football, among many other things. And then I also think about barbecue because that seems natural. So we'll start with the first one, though. Texas high school football, there's been so many shows, so many Texas Forever. Varsity Blues, Friday Night Lights. I want to know what you're picking.
Do you even know what Varsity Blues is,
Yeah,
Cade?
I do.
All right,
Yeah, I do.
let's start there.
Come on.
Golly, that's tough because
This is recorded.
There's some awesome things about both. Do you know where Varsity Blues was filmed?
Mm-mm.
I think it was Georgetown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
I
close
know.
to you.
We're talking about the movies. Are we talking
Yeah,
okay.
movies.
Because I know Friday Night Lights came on the show.
Yeah, well,
Obviously-
the show,
obviously,
but
never mind.
yeah.
But Friday Night Lights had some episodes of the show filmed at Westlake.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you a kid? You remember?
I feel like I do.
You weren't a
Yeah.
crowd
They also did
kid
some-
or something?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, back to your question. I'm probably picking... I'm kind of a Varsity Blues guy. I'm not going to lie. I mean, Friday Night Lights was kind of right down the road from where I grew up in West Texas, middle of nowhere. I mean, that's kind of what I know. And it was phenomenal. But if I'm sitting down watching a movie, I'm probably putting on Varsity Blues.
Taj, do you have a dog in this fight?
Yes, he does. He's a big movie buff, so make him answer.
Yeah. Let's talk about North Dallas 40.
Go ahead.
That was a good movie. Oh, no, you never seen it?
No,
It's a throwback. All right, so
I haven't.
it's
I don't
a
think I
Texas
have.
movie, though. Jamie Foxx in Any Given Sunday was from Houston.
No,
So does that not count?
he's from Terrell, Texas.
Terrell, Texas. In the movie,
Dallas.
he's from Houston, though, right?
That's probably right. Steaming
He
Willie
might have been from
Beeman.
Dallas. I don't
All
know.
right, yeah, Willie Beam. But we were talking about
Which one are you picking?
Yeah,
Var-
right.
Oh,
Whatever you're
we're
ready.
talking about
he's
Friday
like
Night
he's like what I don't like is
All right,
either.
I'll
He's
go.
doing it.
I'm gonna go Friday Night Lights.
I
Just
would
because,
too.
I kind of like.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah. I mean, it's good stuff.
I mean, the 90s baby in me is going Varsity
so-
Blues. you
Oh,
know?
okay.
Yeah.
I
Not
was
even
going
close.
Friday Night Lights as well.
All the right moves.
Not even close, but it took you that long to give an answer.
Yeah, well, I thought she was talking football, general movies. Generalities, it's tough, But out of those two, it's Varsity Blues
Okay.
because you got Billy Bob. We ain't gonna look. I was gonna make a joke. Never mind. All right, and then you got
Tweeter.
You got Mox, and then you
Lance.
got Lance Harbor. Got all you need
Yeah.
And you got
Listen, I can
Coach,
feel it. It was a tough
Kilmer.
question.
for sure.
But this is the more tough question, barbecue in Texas, because where are you taking me if I'm coming to visit you and we're going to eat barbecue and there's period, no better barbecue place to eat.
Started off.
Well, every time I go home, I make him mad because I always send him pictures, and he just always gets mad at me. But I'm either going in Austin. I'm either going to. I can't pick one, so I just got to do both of them. I'm gonna either go to Salt Lake Barbecue, which is 35 minutes outside of Austin, but it's really in Austin. And then I'm either going there, which is they have the best barbecue sauce I've ever had. I have 2 bottles in my house right now that I just keep if I ever have any type of, I don't know. And then I'm either going there or I'm going to Terry Black's Barbecue.
Terry Black's is where it's at. And
It's-
I was
which is
really
my
worried
favorite to
that you
bars.
weren't going to say that, and now we're fine.
No, yeah. Every time I go back, I go there and
So good.
oh man, it's
Is,
so
is
good.
Texas barbecue is it vinegar based or is it mustard based?
No, it's not vinegar. Vinegar's more of
vinegar.
a Carolina.
Is
Yeah,
it
North
mustard based even?
Carolina.
a
Kinda
thing? I don't even
kinda
know.
got-
It's ketchup based.
it's
Yeah, it's
tomato and
it's thicker, but Texas barbecue's kind of more about the smokiness.
Yeah.
That's kind of the Texas deal.
I could do
A
lick-
lot
I
more
could do
smoke.
lick
sometimes
smoking
sometimes you
stuff.
don't even need
Yes,
sauce
This is
No.
true.
because
Come
it's
on,
so
man.
good.
Too much sauce. Did I
There's-
catch that?
That's yeah. sure.
At Terry Black's, I need 0 sauce for brisket.
None.
I'm
No, yeah,
like-
you don't need any.
I'm
nah,
not-
really.
I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not reaching for any sauce
Yeah.
You don't need any.
to go with it.
You really don't.
Terry Black's for sure would be one of them. I mean, there's a lot, but Terry Black's, and then one of the OG ones for me is Cooper's Barbecue, and the original one's in Llano, Texas, and it's it was kind of one of the beginning of the pit barbecue in Texas. So that's a good one too.
Have you guys had anything that's been decent to you as far as barbecue around these parts?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, my dad came up and smoked some barbecue one time, and that was really good. We had all the QBs over, and that was awesome. So he brought up a smoker. And
No, I'm giving Roller Mills a shout out right now.
Yeah, Roller Mills
those
is
guys,
good.
Those guys are awesome. They're
I've
good.
heard Fort Grove is great.
I haven't had it yet.
I haven't had it yet, but I've been hearing a lot of really good things about it. So I go try it out. TB.
Our old linemen love it.
Yeah,
I mean,
which is always a good thing.
You rolled out Roller Mills like it was a paid ad. So should I have said it? You know,
Roller Mills.
I mean, I'm gonna
man.
give a shout out to
They're
Smoke a
good.
Pig then, if that's what we're
Let's
doing.
go.
You know,
Heck yeah.
shout out to the OGs.
Nothing wrong with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Absolutely not. You got Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday as your opportunity.
You know, and they port rinds hit every time. You know, every time.
Taj, this is perfect because we're going to roll into probably the number one thing that people, I don't know, maybe not the number one thing that people say about you, but also maybe that you never meet a stranger. Do you feel like that's the number one thing people say about you?
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it has to be. What do you guys think that says about his personality?
Yeah, I mean he's like the next version of the Dos Equis most interesting man in the world. You know, like they need to kind of revamp those commercials, and Taj needs to be in it. Yeah, I mean I've never met anybody else like Taj. Seriously, he can talk to anybody. He can talk about anything. He can go Ernest Hemingway on you in a second. He can pull up any rap song in a second. He can bring up any movie in a second. And he's relatable to kind of any age group, you know, and that's what makes him unique. And he's got such a gift that way. And he, you know, through that, he just brings a lot of value to our room and this organization. There's no doubt.
Yeah, I would say, you know, honestly, probably one of the most like wise men that I know. Just has so much wisdom and like, yeah, I know Taj is getting all happy because we're hyping him up, but he deserves it. And like
Plugging the boy.
every time we either like finish a practice or like, I don't know, finish practice or meeting with QBs, something like Coach Riley will bring up like somebody give a, I don't know what, like give us a good word.
Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. And, you know, obviously I try to come prepared with something, but, you know, sometimes we don't have anything. And some days nobody has anything. And obviously Taj has something every single time. So, like even this morning, what do you have for us, Taj?
This morning?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. It's kind of, you got to roll with it, you
What
know?
is it? It's like 3, and that was like 10 hours ago.
What did I say? You know, that
It's
thing-
always
that
good.
thing
He said
kicking
it
in.
was good, whatever it was.
It's always
you know,
good.
I feel like I've always
I felt
told
like
you
mine
that
was
when
pretty good this morning.
you're done with everything, you could run for mayor.
Yeah,
You'd win.
I'd vote for you.
I appreciate that. Appreciate it, you know? My dog.
Just, you know, if this doesn't work out for you,
That's
you
our-
want to hang it
That's
up.
our version of this right
Being
here.
a mayor.
You know that picture?
Yeah.
That's our version of it right there, you know?
Okay. I love that. Thank you for sharing. You all have been in and around the game for long enough to have a mentor or mentors who have really helped guide you through the course of your careers and help navigate the roles that you all play in respect and, you know, in this respective sport. Talk a little bit about those mentors, maybe something that sticks out to you as like a phrase or something that you've learned from someone or several people about navigating this life.
Go ahead, Tosh, because
I mean-
yours is going to be good.
No, it's because I got a cliche answer, and it's, well, everybody's my mentor, right? There's been so many people that's poured into me, that's helped make me who I am, and it's tough from that standpoint just because there are a lot of people that I would attribute thanks to. Now, from that, you sit there and you go through it and you really think about it, and it's kind of like there's people that you happen to remember, and then there's other people you don't want to forget. And the people that you don't want to forget are the people that wanted to pour without getting anything in return, you know? And so, you know, obviously Coach Swinney's been instrumental from that standpoint, but Bruce Pearl, my Little League coach back from Virginia Beach, Bill D, who was my high school coach at Phoebus, you know, all of these guys who really demanded it. And they demanded it because they were able to deposit into me, right? So they sat there and really just poured into my heart and my soul and my spirit. And I knew that what they wanted from me was the best, right? And so, whatever that looked like, Coach, what I got to do to get better, and I always took heed to it, and I was always receptive to it because I knew it was coming from a place of love. And, still to that day. And that's why it's so interesting, like, you never know how many people you impact until you go to a funeral, right? And so my high school coach had passed away, and I go to the funeral back in Virginia Beach, or in Hampton, excuse me, and I get there, and everybody that's ever played for him, every player that was still alive came to the funeral. They wouldn't do that for a guy they didn't care about, And so to know that I had those type of people in my life that poured into me, it just made me be appreciative and really receptive and acknowledge what was happening around me right now. Like, I get a chance to spend every day with Garrett Riley. Like, he's one of the ones, Coach Sweeney, I look at him like he's John Wooden, and so I get a chance to be in this sphere of influence. Sphere. That's a tough one for me. Had a lisp growing up, excuse me.
It's all good.
And so I get a chance to be around that every day, So I'm just a sponge right now, just taking it all in. So
go ahead.
Like mentors in football specifically, or just mentors?
No,
in life?
it could just be mentors in life also. I mean, whatever works for you.
Obviously the first person that kind of came to my mind was my high school coach, Tajh. I think that, he's the greatest coach in Texas football history in my mind. Others might not think that, but he's also one of my favorite. He might be my favorite coach I've ever had, if not one of my favorite coaches I've ever had. Just because I felt like every day that we went to work, like he just truly made football fun, and he made it to where I got to come to work every single day and just truly enjoy it. But I also just learned so many amazing just life skills from him, and I felt like every single day that I was around him, I felt like I got to leave a better person. And just the words that he would speak into me, I've never heard him cuss a player out or do anything that, or like raise his voice in an inappropriate way. Like, it's always in ways that were loving, but also if he ever got on you, it was in a way to truly make you better and not just rip you a new one for no reason. So but he always said this one quote, and kind of similar to something Coach Sweeney says, but he would always say, "Dream the beautiful dream," and he would tell us to do that the night before games, of envision the way that you want the game to go before it even happens, and see every single detail and every single rep that you're going to have to the best that you could ever have it. And I always love that, because you're truly putting your brain in a mindset of success before it even happens. And just really enjoyed that, and super thankful for him. Obviously two of my favorite coaches I've ever had are both right here. I tell people that all the time, and just so thankful for them that I get to be at a place where football is fun, and it's an amazing place that I think that playing college quarterback can become a job at times, and it definitely is. Just the hours we put in, and the expectations that certain people have, and whatever it is. But every time that I get to be around them, it's like I just get to be myself, and I don't have to be anything. And I've connected with Tosh over the last few years that I've been here, but just since the moment that Coach Riley was here, I've always felt like I don't have to put on a certain face or be anything special. I just get to be myself, and just come to work every single day with joy, and it's been a huge blessing.
For me, it's obviously I've had a lot of mentors in my lifetime, and especially like in this profession. But do I have a phrase or something that just kind of sums it all up? No, I wish I did. And even if I did, I probably couldn't say it on here. But I mean, I was lucky. Small town football, sports were big in our community, and so even junior high, high school, had great coaches, and ultimately those are probably the people that made me love sports and probably got me into this, right, and piqued my interest in sports were those junior high and high school coaches. So I was lucky that way, really, with all of them. And then when I went to college and walked on and played for Mike Leach at Texas Tech, and he was my coach and head coach and position coach, and you know, he was a beautiful mind. He was his own person and unique, and he was going to do it his way, and he had conviction about it. And, you know, totally different guys, but a lot of similarities kind of with the passion and the conviction that they both had between Leach and Coach Sweeney. I mean, very, very convicted in what they do. And so, you know, those are great qualities to have and to learn from, you know, in my position.
I want to wrap up with you guys telling like a fun fact, like something that nobody knows about you or something you enjoy that has nothing to do with the game of football. You know, one of those you don't get to share it often.
I'll give a good one. I'm going to give a quick one on Katie.
Please.
So typically when we have a quarterback meeting, the quarterbacks will rotate on who gets to play the music. So we kind of have some background music playing. Okay, and here's Cade's go-to. And I'm sure he'll give one of mine later, whatever. But camp radio.
Yeah, big
He's
camp
a big
radio.
camp radio guy.
Big camp radio guy.
So there's you a fun fact. So I know we went kind of through his soundtrack earlier.
Right.
This is a little bit better
Definitely
spot.
up there.
Yeah, camp radio.
Okay.
Camp radio, Mount Joy.
Yep.
Little Spacey Jane in there.
Spacey Jane.
I put him
You
on
put me
Spacey
on
Jane.
Spacey Jane. That's
I've
a good
never
one.
seen somebody more happy
I
to
was so
hear
jacked.
a certain like band than him when I put him on Spacey Jane.
You know how it is when you just kind of get in a rut and you're listening to the same crap all the time, which is fine.
Gave you something fresh.
Gave me something fresh.
And a
Something
whole-
new.
a
It
whole-
was good.
A whole
World open.
Yeah,
world.
it opened up a lot of different doors.
that's what we do.
Yep.
So we got
So anyway,
Camp radio.
that was for him.
Taj. What do people not? People don't know that you're really a big outdoors guy.
Yeah, I'm out here in the field for
Huge.
real. But nah, let's talk about animals. Not the
Okay.
ones I hunt. Like this goes back a little bit too. So people, if they think I'm making this up, they can dig and find something. I don't trust dolphins
Alrighty.
What's
Tell
the
me.
reason?
just cause, man. Like check it out. Like dolphins, they're in the water, right? They do their thing. Obviously,
They're in the water,
an aquatic animal,
Mhm.
but they fight off all the sharks, right? Right? They're monsters out there. You feel me? But they're good to people. Like it don't make sense to me. It's dolphins aren't as friendly and as kind as people think. I don't know what they look like behind the scenes,
It doesn't add up.
under the currents.
I've heard some crazy things about him too.
Have you?
Yeah, I don't know if I can say him.
Yeah. But I like llamas too. That's it.
Thank you.
For you. Shout out to a real one.
Are we doing like a favorite animal competition?
We could
right
do favorite animals, movies. Top
now?
three.
Ooh, movies would be.
Top three, not football.
We have this conversation like every other week in football.
Go ahead.
All right. Dang. I really have a top 5. I've got Interstellar,
Peak.
Shutter Island, Prisoners, Dark Knight, Step Brothers.
We
I was
can
about to
tell
say,
that you've
you gotta-
never thought about that.
You got to throw
ever.
one comedy in there, please.
Yeah.
So like, it's getting real dark real quick.
No,
Yeah,
just
it
great,
was.
just masterpieces.
Interstellar was peak movie. Peak movie.
Go ahead.
Uh,
Top 3.
Goodfellas, Rounders,
Oh, man.
Up.
Wow, that's a good one.
So great.
We went mob, we went gambling, and then we went with Up.
Animation.
God, I love it.
Okay, coach.
That's
you
Tosh
get
boy.
to, yeah.
That's Tosh
You
boy.
said it. Most interesting man alive. You get to finish us off with your top 3 movies, and then
Why don't we boring compared to that? Braveheart is up there for me.
oh yeah,
I am a huge Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, the first one. And then
Yeah, he is. That's his.
It's
fun
a
fact.
go-to.
It's like every other day.
it's a
Him and
go-to.
Hunter Helms would be talking about that.
Yep. And it's a tough one. I'm probably going Happy Gilmore. It never gets old to me.
I love that for you.
DJ, yeah, you're a big Happy Gilmore guy.
Well, thank you guys so much. This has been so fun talking with you guys, and love that our fans and everybody watching gets to learn a lot more about who you guys are outside of these things that you get to do for work and for fun, that kind of thing. So it's been really great. And to our fans, subscribe, watch all the episodes as they drop. This is it from Studio C at the Clemson Athletics Branding Institute. I'm Dodger Davidson, and this is 2 Right Turns.